Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing well out there in the wonderful Facebook Live world, YouTube Live, wherever you guys are watching. This is a 30-minute review show. I'm your host, Jeff Fuzzy Wenzel, CEO of Woodshed Agency. We are a agency that specializes in crowdfunding. We help you raise the capital you need, whether it's reward-based, equity-based, or just e-commerce. We do quite a bit of that as well. So today we've got an amazing show coming up. We are going to be talking to Hugo here in just a moment. We're going to have him join us, and we're going to go through his campaign that recently just launched over on Kickstarter. And we're going to kind of look at it just like a first-time project creator might be looking at the campaign. And we're going to try to give some advice, some tips, and maybe some things to adjust so that he can go out and become successfully funded. So again, I am Jeff Fuzzy Wenzel. I'm the CEO of Woodshed Agency. If you've got any questions and you're thinking about running a crowdfunding campaign, go to woodshed.agency right now. We've got a blog section. We've got podcasts. We've got a Discord community that you can join. We've got all kinds of stuff out there to give you guys as much information as possible on how to become successful. So with all that said, why don't we go ahead and kick it over to Hugo here. Let's bring him in here. Let's go to the right link here. All right, let's make sure we're all in here. Let me bring you on in. Let's check it out here. Give me a second to get the right one up here. All right, I got you in. Let me just expand my screen here, and we will do some chatting. All right, so Hugo, why don't you kind of introduce yourself here real quick if you can, and tell us a little bit about who you are and what your Kickstarter is all about. That's cool. Very, very cool. And now, what kind of game is this before we jump into it? Is it a card game, an RPG game? What kind of game is it? Hmm. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, I think we've got enough on my end. Why don't we go ahead and jump right into it? And I am, like I said, I'm not going to ask a lot of questions. You're going to be in the background kind of watching me sort of go through it. And we'll see what we got here. All right. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Let's see what we got over on Kickstarter. Pop this up here. Let me share my screen. All right. So I am checking out the campaign here. I'm not sure. Are you seeing it right now on your end? Oh, I gotta probably have to screen share for you here. Let me pop this up here for you. Moving some windows around. Here we go. All right, so you should be seeing it on your end, correct? Cool, awesome. All right, let's jump into it. So, what do we got here? Clout, the social savvy game. So the game is called Clout, and I'm assuming, right? Cool. All right, so we got a goal of about 10K, 23 days to go. So you launched this campaign last week? Okay, cool. All right, let's watch this video. All right, let's go. Let's keep moving on here. So I guess my first question that kind of pops out of the gate is who in your mind is this audience? Who is playing this game? What age range? Who are they? Who's playing it? Okay, gotcha. Um, is there like I guess what happens at the end of the game? So if you win, I guess that would be voting or like that would be bragging rights, I should say, not even voting, like bragging rights. Like, hey, we were the winner. Is that basically it? That's what ultimately happens at the end of it. Okay. So I think I guess something that's kind of just struck into my mind here is I guess I'm not understanding the differences between the nano, micro, 58 cards, 116 cards, two networks, four. So I guess it's challenging for me, and I'm not a huge gamer guy at all. So like I might be definitely maybe not the potential right audience for this, but I guess I'm I'm a I'm a little confused as to what I'm getting, right? So I get this box and I get I guess cards for Instagram. I guess I don't really know what that means. Like it's just that's one thing. The second thing is I'm wondering how you're getting around the licensing issues of like using everybody's logos and images. Um, I wonder if that's an issue. So I guess what am I getting when you say Instagram? What does that mean? I guess I don't know. I don't get it right now. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes some sense. Okay. Um. All right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let me go back to the screen here. All right. Gonna keep scrolling through here. So okay. So I think one of the things that I see that works really well with board games is that you have these other tiers, and I wonder if those would have been better as stretch goals, meaning that until you hit a dollar amount, that's when more things would start happening. I guess, and that would be TikTok, uh, Twitch, Snapchat, Reddit, right? So typically what I see in these board games is that you may only have one or two rewards, right? But these sort of expansion packs, they would only happen once you hit X amount of dollars. So let's say you hit the 10 grand. That is really only this one. You only announce the next level once you hit, 15,000 or 20,000. And what happens is that it gives people the opportunity to want the campaign to grow to get more so that the game grows with it as well. So one of the things so you've got them all built here as like one big thing, and I don't know if it encourages people as much as somebody saying, I guess I'm spending $500 for like the everything, right? Um, you know, in that scenario, would that have been something that happens if this campaign hit $100,000 or something like that? You know what I mean? Like then this one would have been available, and then you would do a survey at the end of it, and people would kind of pick what they want, type of stuff, right? So I wonder if the structure of this isn't really helping the campaign thrive, because typically what we like to see is it gets as more money comes in, the game gets bigger. Something to maybe consider. And then I think the other thing that to me I guess is really missing is any sort of like a testimony or anybody who's actually playing this. Like I haven't seen anybody sitting down and playing it yet. And I think that goes back to my very first question of who this audience is. You're not showing us who this audience is. If it's 18 to 24-year-olds, then somehow there's a six people 18 to 24 playing it and having a good time somehow, or showing it off. Or if it's my age and older, whatever it is, we're missing that element to show that people actually playing it. I almost would love to have seen a longer video, not the video up here. I think the video up here is fine, but the video, like a video in here of like people actually playing it, and you could watch a game actually happen. I think that content is really valuable. And then I think the last thing that, again, what I see you're missing is no game reviewers. Like there's no YouTube gamer influencers who have reviewed this. And I think too, because you're so in influencers, it almost feels like, well, wait a minute, you should have influencers talking about this to some degree. Like who's the Instagram influencer in the board game world that would be talking about this, and their YouTube video would be down here. So I think that's missing. I think add-ons aren't here, so I don't know if these could exist, but we love to see add-ons in our pages. Another one would be we like to see pledge now buttons in the page. So again, let's just say you get to this, you scroll down, there's a big button here that says pledge now, and that would take you to the actual reward thing, because what happens on these pages is that the rewards don't scroll with you, right? So to me, this is bad Kickstarter design, right? Like I would never design a website that does this, but this is what Kickstarter is. So as you're scrolling here, the rewards are never scrolling with you. So we typically like to put a pledge now button here. They click that, then they go over to the you back this project page, and then all your rewards are here. So that's a simple fix in terms of adding that type of button. I think the other thing that's probably hurting is that there's no social sharing buttons on here, no big Facebook, Reddit, especially when you're playing an all social media game. There's no opportunity to actually share this campaign out. So I think that's subconsciously maybe potentially hurting. The game is about social media, but yet you're not actually able to share this campaign easily on Reddit or wherever it might be right now. So maybe adding in some social buttons. A timeline. We're missing a timeline of like, well, when will I get this product? So usually I love to see game designed, or a game thought of, game designed, first prototype sent in, send it out to people to play it. Started our Kickstarter, hit our stretch goals, manufacturing. You're gonna have it by August, or whatever your timeline is. Again, it's all about making people feel really comfortable giving you money, for a product they may never get, right? So really making sure that is a, easily digestible for people to just truly get it right away. And then I think last that I'm missing is, I talked about the lack of games, or the lack of people playing it. Yeah, there's just it's just there's no gifs of it. There's no real movement on the page. You in some of these campaigns, you got to imagine nobody reads anything. So how can you find more ways of like actual gameplay in like GIF form, if that makes sense? So like, let's just take these 3 cards here. And truly, I have no idea what these cards mean, so you'll be a better guess of this. But like, I play this card, this person plays this card, the other person plays this card. You win. I don't know. Whatever. Somehow it's like boom, 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 win. You can get a sense of, oh, that's what the game is. That would be really fun to play on a Friday night. So somehow more scenarios in terms of making people kind of see how this thing works. It just feels, actually it feels a little bit like the page isn't quite done yet to me. So I would be focusing on that. I'd be focusing on updates. You've only done one so far. I typically try to do between 20 to 25 updates in a 30-day campaign. Really be super energetic, all kinds of stuff. I'm talking about stuff all the time. And then let's go over to the rewards over here real quick. So, but yeah, so $25 and $35 are 45, 10. So, you know, this is where if your campaign was structured a little bit differently, you may only have one reward, and you're encouraging people to pledge more money to get the game, to have the game grow. So then your rewards would be structured a little bit differently. So as of right now, your rewards are fine. You're probably coming down to a scenario of the amount of traffic you need to send. So our average conversion rates are usually about 1% on a page, and that's a page that's designed really, really well, maybe 1.5%. So you kind of have to think about how much traffic do I need to send per day to get, if I send X amount of traffic, like let's say I send 10,000 clicks, it converts at 1%. That 1% is only backing at $25. How much money did I bring in that day? So you should be able to work out that math to say, okay, I need to send a lot of traffic to this page. And now where's that traffic going to come from? Influencers, social media, Facebook ads, Reddit, whatever it might be. And that's what's going to get you to be driving that traffic. Because right now, you're trending, this prediction tool, it's called Bigger Cake, you're trending to about $3,700. So you're going to have to find a way to really pump some energy into this campaign sooner than later. Otherwise, what happens is you'll get what we call the trough of despair, which is this part right here where no backers come in, and you're like, oh. And once you get into that, if you don't have that momentum, cancel the campaign, start over, because it's just where you are. Like there's no secret sauce that like all of a sudden fixes it. So all in all, I mean, I think everything I just mentioned are doable changes. I think, again, the only big one might be, how do you get real people to play this right now? If there's a prototype, like literally sit down, play it tonight with your friends and videotape it. One of the things you may have to look at too is, every time I hear the word Clout, there is a company called Clout that's spelled with a K that's all about tracking your online presence, like who you are as an influencer. So I think there could be a little confusion about that. I think Clout is still around. I think it's spelled the exact same, just Klout. So I would be a little cautious of that as well. I could definitely see some hands being slapped of like, boy, that's really close to our name, even though you're a board game. So that could be something. But I just think when it comes to board games, if I don't see people playing it and I can't relate to it, I have a hard time in visualizing what this game is. And I think that's what I'm suffering from, kind of going through the page. I just don't quite know what I'm actually looking at right now, like how this game plays. And then a lot of this stuff too is, I have to imagine, because again, this isn't a game that I play by myself, right? I would play. I have to imagine me pulling this game out on a Friday night with my friends and saying, hey everybody, this is what I want to play. Let's play this tonight. And there's no opportunity in this campaign for me to visualize, my guys we're all gonna get together, my buddies, we're gonna drink, smoke a cigar, play this, or whatever the audience is. I think that's a big thing that we're missing in this project, is I just can't visualize it. So, but all in all, kudos for the artwork, a lot of great artwork. I know that video had to have taken some time, that animation. So I think you've got a lot here. I think we're just missing some of these elements of just putting it into real life, and a little less. It's just a website right now. It's just on a platform. How do you put it into real life and get testimonials and people to play it? So, but cool. Well, awesome. Listen, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to jump on. Hopefully that all this information was really, really valuable for you. I know for me, it's always great to kind of look through and these campaigns and check them out. So, Hugo, again, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully this helps out. And I'm gonna finish up my show here, and I wish you a lot of luck and good luck with the campaign. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Awesome. Thanks so much. All right, everybody. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We got to dive into a really interesting Kickstarter campaign. And again, like I said, board games are a little bit challenging in my, it's just not something that I'm doing all the time, but I still like to look at it how I would as a marketing guy. So that's what we just did here. Hopefully you guys got a chance to check it out. I think my gut tells me we had a little bit of a tech issue with getting Hugo's voice in. I'll confirm that here when I go to do post-production. But if that happened, I apologize. We're still working out some kinks here. We're early in our new season and of this 30-minute show. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And again, if you were thinking about running a crowdfunding campaign, go to woodshed.agency right now. Click on any of the buttons. Consultation, you get a 20-minute call with me. You can go to our blog, our podcast, tons of resources. If you hit community, you can join our Discord channel. I'm in there all the time answering questions, but lots of valuable stuff that we're throwing out there. So again, hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys all on another show.
Thing